Swagger.
No, he sucks. Fuck Jack Swagger.
He's good.
He's all right.
Just don't let him talk.
Yeah.
That's why he's got Zeb Coulter.
But Zeb's been gone, which
is weird, yeah. Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, millions and millions of dollars. Big Slow, Kane, Eric Rowan, Damian Mizdow. I can't believe still calling him Mizdow. Sin Cara, Goldust, Heath Slater, and Mark Henry. Before we talk about who's going to win, let me tell you why I'm mad about this match.
Let's do it.
2 reasons. One, this should be the blow-off match between Goldust and Stardust.
Of course.
Stardust should not be in the upcoming IC title belt.
Which tells me that they're
this one.
Maybe Goldust is on the way out. Is what this?
Well,
is.
they still have to have a blow-off match.
I know.
February's was not good enough. And then the other reason I'm mad is because this should also be Damian Mizdow and the Miz's blow-off match, even more than Goldust Stardust. So this is horseshit. All right, who's going to win this thing?
Ryback.
That's what I'm
or
thinking. Or
Damian Sandow.
That's true.
He'll be known after
They're giving him the push.
So maybe it's down to him and Miz. But, I mean, Ryback's been the guy that's been getting the push this whole time.
They both have.
Mizdow and
Miz and
Ryback.
Yeah, Mizdow and Ryback.
But Ryback's the guy that I think they want. Look at Cesaro. Just winning that thing the way he did last year was perfect, except for the way that WWE handled him.
Yeah.
Ryback's their guy. I mean, Ryback's not going to be spectacular in any way coming out of this. The perfectest thing is the Mizdow blow-off.
If we could figure out who was booking this match, we could tell you who the winner is going to be. Because if it's Vince, it's going to be Ryback. Yeah, if it's anybody else.
It's Triple H going, we need to finish this storyline. Let's do it.
It'll be Mizdow if it's anybody else but Vince. So
the perfect thing would be Mizdow and Miz at the end.
Yeah.
For the blow-off.
Maybe the three of them, those two plus Ryback. And then, Miz ducks something where Mizdow ducks a Ryback clothesline, which knocks the Miz out. And then Mizdow gets a sneaky drop kick on Ryback that kicks him over. That'd be a good win for Mizdow.
And then we get like a 5-minute match between Mizdow and Miz.
I like that.
Not this Royal Rumble shit where the guy who's supposed to be the monster heel in Rusev comes in for 2 seconds to be thrown out by Roman Reigns. We need a 5-minute match at the end to build some drama to make that mean something.
Right. The sleeper winner could be Curtis Axel.
That's true.
Axelmania. He's been doing this squashed. And he's been doing this whole I haven't lost since Royal Rumble. Right. I'm still in the Rumble match, and this is like a Royal Rumble match. So he could be the sleeper that comes out and says, I finally won the Royal Rumble, give me my title shot.
Sure. This is the most unpredictable match. Other than, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryback wins. I'll be surprised if anything else happens, to be honest.
Be surprised if Mizdow or Ryback don't win.
Right.
That's the only two predictable ones, I think. All right, we'll move on. We're spending a lot of time on that. Oh, by the way, speaking of Cesaro, poor guy. Poor him and Tyson Kidd. They're in the pre-show.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there for the we got to get there early because I want to see that more than half the other matches.
Yeah, me too.
We can watch that and go take a piss when the chicks come out. Sorry. Actually, that might be a decent match. I wish it was AJ Lee versus Paige. That'd be a much better match. Those two are great.
Definitely.
Intercontinental Championship ladder match. We have Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, R-Truth, Stardust, and Daniel Bryan. And I hope Bad News does not win just for the sake that he turns his elbow pad inside out and somehow that makes it hurt more.
Well, yeah.
Stupidest finisher in the business.
The bull hates red, and you turn that thing inside out to red, man.
He still covers his elbow. He covers it back up.
He should turn it red and put it on his wrist, and then hit the elbow.
Thank you.
I agree.
Or take it off.
I mean,
okay, taking it off might be too
rockish.
Too rock. All right, so
just bring it down to the wrist.
Bring it down to the wrist, or just bring it down to the forearm. Anything. And
expose that elbow.
Right. If you bring it down to the forearm and you hit him with your elbow, Michael Cole, if he was doing his job, could say, "Oh my God, he saw red."
Exactly.
Right?
Or here's the thing. If they could juice, the perfect drama for this match is
watch Lucha Underground.
If you want to get him over and you do it with Daniel Bryan, you have him do the elbow without the pad, and then you have Daniel Bryan bleed. And if you want him to get over that much, you have him just decimate Daniel Bryan.
We need some juice.
But I don't know how much they want to get him over because he's injury prone. Yeah. So just the same thing with Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan didn't have the neck injury, I'm sure something might have been slightly different this year.
Yeah.
I think they have no confidence in him, though.
So who's taking this match? Who's taking the title?
I want to see Daniel Bryan get it because it'll make the Intercontinental Championship mean something again.
I think if he or Dean Ambrose takes it, it'll mean something.
Yeah, I think Dean Ambrose is the guy.
Yeah.
Because it was his storyline in the first place with Bad News Barrett.
Right, he started stealing the belt and then everyone else
And I think it would mean the most if he got the title.
Have Dean
Ambrose have
it'd mean the most for a person
because
Dean Ambrose takes because he's right at that cusp of breaking out.
Yeah, and he's been the most forgotten Shield member, even though he's technically the best talker. I think honestly Seth Rollins right now is the best member of the Shield.
I don't know
his
why.
wrestling and his heel turn.
He's perfect.
Been amazing.
All I want to see is Ambrose and Rollins fight each other.
Oh yeah,
they could
over and over
feud
again.
for 3 years, and I'd be okay with that.
Absolutely.
The little tease of a feud we got last year when Roman Reigns went down with his so unfortunate injury was the best thing they had going.
And they just booked it all wrong because it was one blow-off match instead of a series of
it could have gone on way through WrestleMania.
And Roman Reigns didn't give a shit anymore that he got attacked by Rollins.
Right.
It's like, what's going on?
Did you just forget what did hernia surgery make you forget?
Right.
Who is writing this shit?
Yeah.
Not us.
Hollywood people, which is stupid.
That is the worst.
Get wrestling people in there.
All right, so you're saying Daniel Bryan takes it?
I want Daniel Bryan to take it. I think Dean Ambrose takes it.
I think
either way it'll mean something.
Here's what I'm thinking, because I know what Triple H wants to do is bring a little oomph back to the Intercontinental title, which really deserves it.
No, it's oomph.
You're right. It's been the stepchild of the belts. I feel like it's even lower than the tag titles at this point.
And it's lower technically than the U.S. title right now because Rusev is a badass.
Exactly, and he's making some of that belt. Here's what I think. I think Daniel Bryan is going to take that, and it's eventually going to lead into a Daniel Bryan-Dean Ambrose feud.
Which would be nice.
Which would be great. And it'll be
They kind of planted the seed on SmackDown. I don't know if you saw it.
I
saw a clip
That's horseshit.
where Dean Ambrose basically called Daniel Bryan like a piece of trash.
See, that's perfect.
In a good way.
Yeah. See, I think that'll lead to the Daniel Bryan face versus Dean Ambrose tweener feud, which is just fine. Stone Cold fought faces as well. It's Dean Ambrose in this case is the Stone Cold, and Daniel Bryan is the face. I think that'll be a great feud. Eventually, after like 2 pay-per-views, Dean Ambrose should take it. After Daniel Bryan makes the title mean something, and not to give anything away, I think that they'll give Daniel Bryan that title still means something, and then the next match, I think John Cena is taking the title to make sure that U.S. title remains important.
Which I understand that, but Rusev having it to me means something. I want Rusev to dominate John Cena.
Well, how great is it that the anti-American heel has the American title?
Right.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and he's been so chicken shit in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like having that horrible actor as his lawyer last week.
That was good.
Southern accent, even though he's Russian.
Yeah, that was funny. But this could be the face. I don't want to say face turn because he's always a face, but this could help solidify John Cena as a face again because he gets the let's go Cena sucks. If he beats Rusev in a good match where he's underdogging the entire time, comes back from behind, takes the U.S. title, this could really help Cena out. And it'll help the belt out because for some reason they're not looking to unify these titles, which they should.
They should. They should give the belt to John Cena and the belt to Daniel Bryan, and then if you have them unified, that makes the unified Intercontinental title mean something.
It mean more
because it will be the Intercontinental.
Yeah, and for that pay-per-view, it would mean more than the world title.
Absolutely.
And you could even have that be your main event, and if
if Brock Lesnar retains,
that's what I'm saying. If Brock Lesnar retains, then that could be your main event. You need to have Brock Lesnar at that event.
No, because I think Daniel Bryan versus John Cena would sell more than Brock Lesnar versus anyone at this point.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm pretty sure John Cena's taking this one. This will be Rusev's first pinfall defeat.
I'm sure he will too because it's WrestleMania. It's John Cena, and he's not in a main event. Yeah, so the only way he's losing is in a main event.
If it's not The Rock, he's not losing.
Right.
All right. So let's move on to Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Who do you have winning this match?
See, I think The Undertaker wins because WWE fucks things up. Bray Wyatt should win this match.
Well, had Undertaker never lost a streak, hands down, Undertaker wins.
Especially if he's confident he can come back next year.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Now, if this is his last match, lose. You lose to Bray Wyatt, you pass the torch to the guy that is, I guess, the closest thing to you, the most mysterious wrestler in WWE.
This is, I think, the best way to pass the torch, and I literally just thought of this. Now, Undertaker was lost last year, lost the streak.
Mm-hmm.
This is only if he has one more match in him after this WrestleMania. Has next year's WrestleMania in him as well. He beats Bray Wyatt this year, and they put Bray Wyatt on a great program, which they haven't proved they can do lately.
Right.
And then next year, they pull a Shawn Michaels, and he fights Undertaker again. He gets the win over Undertaker, and that's how he goes out.
Yeah.
That would be good. I feel like that would put a little validity to it.
It would. It all depends, I guess, on what Undertaker's thoughts are. I think if this is his last WrestleMania,
which I wouldn't be surprised.
Like I was telling you before the show, you have a match that's kind of like the 2 Triple H matches and the 2 Shawn Michaels matches and the CM Punk match where it's a lot of getting out of finishers and kicking out of finishers, where But this time, where the Undertaker usually at that moment you know it's coming, where he's going to finish the match, where Bray Wyatt out of nowhere hits his sister Abigail, he picks him up for a second sister Abigail, gives him that kiss goodbye, and then finishes that match, and he passes the torch to Bray Wyatt, who really needs that torch passed to him because he hasn't been shit in the last full year. Ever since John Cena beat him at last year's WrestleMania, he has not had a good program.
It's true.
I thought the Jericho program was going to be good.
It was awful.
It wasn't. Their timing was wrong. And that's what happens when you bring a guy in who hasn't been wrestling for 6 months. Right. His timing's not going to be there.
It wasn't just the timing. They just didn't handle that program well.
No, other than the cage match. That was very
It was
nice.
a good match. It's just the build-up wasn't good. And then in the Royal Rumble, it seemed like they're going to do something great with Bray Wyatt and because he eliminated and not talked about. It was awful.
Yeah, because when he eliminates Daniel Bryan, which is the most important moment of that match, and then when he gets eliminated, it doesn't mean shit.
Right.
And it should have been the biggest elimination of the match.
Yes. I know we're talking a lot about wrestling tonight. For those of you non-wrestling fans that give us some slack, it's WrestleMania week, and we will be bringing your next show from WrestleMania. So
that's right. It's fun.
Give us a couple extra minutes tonight.
And maybe we can make you like wrestling.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Watch Lucha Underground and you will like wrestling. Just don't watch WWE. Next, we have Sting versus Triple H. I think this is a clear-cut winner. Sting wins.
Yeah.
He wouldn't come back for one WrestleMania match to not win.
56 years old. He's coming back in. He's probably going to be the headline of the Hall of Fame next year.
Right.
He gets the one match, beats Triple H.
Yeah, neither of them need the win, but Sting
Sting needs the win.
I guess it's his only WrestleMania appearance, so he needs the win. Triple H
has to win.
Obviously doesn't need the win. Hopefully Triple H doesn't pull a Triple H and book himself to win.
Which, I mean, look, he beat Brock Lesnar 2 years ago. Why? Did it mean anything?
Because he's the game.
Did it mean anything when Triple H beat Brock Lesnar, who just came back? His first WrestleMania back, and he beats him? Here's
the weird thing. Why have Brock lose to Triple H and then beat The Undertaker?
Right, the next year. Because they wanted to build to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Which they did. But they really wanted Daniel Bryan to be in the picture for that. They wanted Daniel Bryan and Lesnar at SummerSlam, which would have been a huge match.
Great SummerSlam. Because SummerSlam was pretty weak.
And then build Brock to WrestleMania.
Yeah. So, not needing to talk about that a lot. And then finally, the main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Title. I mean, this really comes down to: does Brock resign or not?
Yes,
I think.
Does Vince book the wrong way or not?
Right. If he resigns, he wins. If he doesn't, then he loses. Though the one exception in my book is he does not resign, retains, and then Seth Rollins knocks him out with the case and takes the title off.
That could
Brock.
happen. There's a number of things. This is the most interesting to me. This is going to be fun because of this whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Most people are like, oh, I don't want Roman Reigns to win. I don't want to see this match. I do.
And they're doing a really good job of not letting us know if he's going to resign or not.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. It would be huge. I think it would be more good for Rollins as a heel than Reigns as a face if Brock retains and then Rollins knocks him out with the case and takes the title.
Yeah, but they've spent all this time. They ruined Royal Rumble to give Roman Reigns the belt. Now you can still give him the belt, which is what I think they're going to do, and this is what they probably should do.
Okay.
Have him beat Brock Lesnar. That's the whole point of Roman Reigns.
And then Daniel Bryan comes out.
He steals
unifies the Intercontinental and World titles
by some weird loophole.
After stealing Seth Rollins' case.
The Intercontinental Champion can declare himself a contender now.
Yeah, it's like a hardcore title or something. Fight whenever I want.
Roman Reigns retains in a brutal match, which is the way they need to book it. They need to book it very brutal and awesome.
Yes.
It's the only way it's going to matter. And then Seth Rollins cashes in because that crowd is going to pop, and you want that. You want that huge, even if he's a heel, you want this drama to build up. And then you can see if your best heel in Seth Rollins can make Roman Reigns a great face. And have him chase him. Because they haven't made Brock Lesnar a very good heel lately.
No.
Especially in the Royal Rumble match.
It's hard because he's so good.
He's so badass.
Yeah.
And he's a legitimate badass.
Here's the problem with Rollins taking it over Reigns.
What's your problem with Reigns, Gregor?
Well, the problem with him taking over Reigns is we all know that if he takes off Reigns, people are going to pop the fucking place off.
Right.
If he takes off Brock is more face than Reigns at this point.
That's true. It'd be even more
They
heel.
may boo Rollins if he takes off Brock Lesnar, which would really solidify him as a heel. So it's very interesting.
So you could be right. It could be that, and that's what I love about the whole dynamic. The closer we get to this, the more excited I am for that. Is Rollins going to cash in?
Right. Like I was telling you before we went on the air, the other day I was kind of talking shit about the card that we have here for WrestleMania. This is one of the weaker WrestleMania cards in recent